Welcome to Highway Herald, your roadmap to the latest in auto. Today, we're diving into a surprising trend. EV owners are returning to gas-powered cars. A recent S&P Global survey revealed that almost half of EV owners are purchasing a gas-powered vehicle as their next ride. Is this a sign of regret or a reflection of the current state of EVs? But before we hit the road, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us create more content like this. So let's get into it. Let's explore the 7 startling reasons why EV owners are making the switch back to gas cars. Reason number 7, the reliability riddle. Many drivers were lured to EVs by the promise of reliability. After all, with fewer moving parts and no need for oil changes, EVs should be more reliable, right? Well, it seems the reality is a bit different. According to a Consumer Reports survey, EVs are causing 80% more problems than their gas-powered counterparts. The most common issues? Battery performance and charging, along with infotainment systems and software glitches. One particularly telling tale comes from Edmunds, a respected automotive magazine. They bought a brand new Chevy Blazer EV, and just 2 months and 2,000 miles later, the vehicle displayed a whopping 23 fault codes. The test drive from LA to San Diego was especially problematic, with everything from battery issues to malfunctioning window switches and a constantly rebooting infotainment system. Reason number 6, the home charging conundrum. Charging is a major factor driving nearly half of EV owners back to ICE cars. We're focusing on home charging, the most convenient option for garage owners. Ideally, they'd plug in their EV overnight and save money. However, reality differs. The standard Level 1 charger is too slow for most, leading many to upgrade to a faster but pricier Level 2 unit. Despite improved performance, a recent J.D. Power study found that EV owners are less satisfied with their home charging experience than they were a few years ago. A contributing factor is the rising cost of electricity. Energy information data reports that the average residential rate increased by 10% in 2022 alone, from 13.72 cents per kilowatt to 14.96 cents. This upward trend continued into 2023, with the average rate reaching 16.21 cents per kilowatt hour in October. Reason number 5, the public charging puzzle. For those without the luxury of a garage, public chargers are the only option, and that's where things get complicated. The charging network, while seemingly adequate in urban areas, falls short in suburban regions, making long trips a challenge for EV owners. Charging time is another hurdle. Despite improvements over the years, even the fastest public chargers can't juice up an EV in less than half an hour, a far cry from the convenience of refueling a gas car. Moreover, the cost of charging at public stations can be steep, sometimes making the running costs of EVs comparable to their gas-powered counterparts. Reliability is another concern. A J.D. Power survey revealed that nearly 21% of EV drivers experienced charging failures or equipment malfunctions in the first quarter of last year alone. Unresponsive screens, payment system failures, charge initiation issues, network failures, and broken connectors are just some of the problems plaguing public chargers. Reason number 4, the high cost of repairs. One of the reasons EV owners are considering a switch back to gas cars is the cost of repairs, which is 56% higher for EVs. Research from CCCC Intelligent Solutions shows that post-crash repairs for an EV cost nearly $6,600 on average, compared to $4,215 for a gas car. So, while EVs theoretically require less maintenance, they could end up costing a fortune in the long run. This might explain why used EVs aren't exactly flying off the shelves. The reasons for these high repair costs are manifold. There are fewer shops specializing in EVs and fewer trained technicians. EVs also tend to be made from more expensive materials, with a higher use of aluminum than steel. Lithium-ion batteries require special storage due to fire risks, and more complex safety protocols make repairs more time-consuming and costly. Many EV parts are welded into the vehicles, meaning they can't be repaired, only replaced. As an EV ages, these issues become even more pronounced. Owners often find themselves paying thousands for repairs on vehicles that aren't worth much. For instance, a Tesla Model S owner from Quebec discovered corrosion on the battery casing. The dealer's solution? Replace the entire battery casing at a cost of $25,500 plus tax. It's hard to imagine anyone willing to pay that much to repair a decade-old car. Reason number 3, the insurance implication. We've often heard that EVs, despite their higher upfront costs, are cheaper to run than conventional cars. But what about insurance costs? Insuring an EV can be quite pricey these days. Full coverage for a Tesla Model X, for instance, costs over $4,000 a year, twice the market average. More affordable EVs like the Tesla Model 3 are also pricier to insure compared to an average gas-powered compact luxury sedan, like an Audi A4 or BMW 3 Series. A Chevrolet Bolt EV, for example, costs $78 more per year to insure than a Hyundai Ioniq Blue, a hybrid. The reasons for these higher insurance costs are varied. EVs are more expensive than their gas-powered counterparts, and premiums for pricier cars are always higher. We've already discussed the higher repair costs of EVs, which is another significant reason for higher insurance costs. Expensive repairs, especially when it comes to batteries that often need to be replaced entirely, mean that insurance companies declare a total loss after a crash far more often for EVs. Finally, there's the matter of lithium-ion batteries, which are quite prone to fire, yet another reason for higher insurance costs. Reason number 2, the range anxiety. While EVs are undoubtedly advancing in terms of autonomy, range anxiety persists. The charging network is still underdeveloped, and EVs are still far from ICE counterparts in terms of range. Most can't make more than 300 miles, and that's based on manufacturer or EPA estimates. On average, EVs perform 13% weaker than estimated, but that's only part of the problem. The second part of the problem is that, in reality, EV owners are often unable to charge their batteries completely. With fast chargers, the best you can get is around 80%, for example. Then, there's the third problem, battery performance, which depends a lot on external factors, such as cold weather, which significantly reduces performance. It's no secret that batteries tend to underperform under heavy use. This is particularly true for hauling and towing, which isn't so simple with electric vehicles. Just take a look at the test AAA conducted with the F-150 Lightning and 1,400 pounds of sandbags when the truck's range fell from 278 miles to 210 miles, a massive 24.5% difference. Reason number 1, the price and depreciation dilemma. Finally, there's the matter of price. Despite the massive discounts we've been witnessing these days, EVs are still notably more expensive than gas-powered cars, with the average price paid of more than $53,000, 15% more compared to the average car purchase in 2023. At the same time, EVs tend to depreciate way faster than gas-powered cars. Most EVs lose around 50% of their value over 5 years, while the market average is around 39%. For comparison, hybrids lose 37.4% of their value over 5 years. On one side, we have a Tesla Model S with a 55% depreciation rate. On the other, we have a Porsche 911 losing just 9.3% over 5 years. With that in mind, it's not surprising that so many EV owners have changed their minds and opted for internal combustion engines. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald to stay updated on the latest vehicle updates and upcoming videos. See you next time.